Good evening, everyone. Tonight I will be discussing a few topics which include the definitions of deviance and crime viewed from the three major sociological perspectives, and the identification of a theory that I personally feel best explains crime and my basis behind that. I'll start off with differentiating deviance and crime. Deviance is a violation of social norms, whereas crime is a violation of society's formal laws. Some acts that are deviant are not a crime, yet all crime is considered deviant. To gain a full understanding of the three major sociological perspectives as to what causes deviant behavior, an example of a specific crime, such as assault, will be used. Functionalism considers crime, such as assault, to be caused by the social structure and of experiencing obstacles in the pursuit of reaching culturally approved goals for economic success. Anomie also increases the probability of deviance, meaning people are unsure how to behave due to absent, conflicting, or confusing social norms. Deviance is both functional and dysfunctional, since something that can be dysfunctional for one individual or group may be functional for another. Conflict theory states that social inequality and capitalism cause deviant behavior such as assault. The elite are the ones who create and enforce laws that protect their interests and shifts the focus to street crimes like assault instead of high-level deviance such as white-collar and corporate crimes, which are financially motivated. The wealthy have vast resources which enable them to get away with much deviance, while people on the lower end of the socioeconomic ladder receive harsher punishments. Symbolic interactionism considers assault to be learned from interaction with others of primary groups such as close friends or family members who commit deviant acts. A cause of assault may also be due to primary deviance and secondary deviance. Primary deviance is the initial act of assault, and secondary deviance is the ongoing assault and criminal behavior as a result of other people's reactions and labeling. Symbolic interactionists say that deviant behavior is socially constructed and in the eye of the beholder. I believe that conflict theory best explains the cause of crime today because the inequality gap between the poor and the wealthy keeps increasing exponentially, and the privileged elite are making it so difficult for the average low-income individuals to live a decent life. So some have to resort to deviant means in order to make a living. Rents keep skyrocketing, food prices are at an all-time high, and wages are not keeping up with the cost of living. Employers tend to make a fuss about increasing worker wages, yet top executives and CEOs of companies are making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in salaries. There is much inequality and inequity and maldistribution of resources and power. Those at the top are able to get away with corporate and white-collar crimes, gaining even more wealth and suffer little to no consequences, whereas low-income folks get caught for petty crimes with harsh punishments and get introduced to the system, therefore increasing their likelihood for long-term deviant behavior.
And I also wanted to include some demographic information from a study that was conducted in 2007, which shows that out of the violent crime offenders per 1,000 people, 15 were of high economic status, earning more than $75,000 per year, whereas lower socioeconomic violent offenders per 1,000 people were 52. And those were individuals earning $7,500 a year or less. And I'll show you this figure here. which further supports conflict theory and the conflict theory sociological perspective on deviance and crime. This concludes my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.